So once upon a time, you were born. And this person who was born underwent a journey of life experiences. This person went through ordeals and challenges and learned and grew through these challenges. Now, whatever this story that I have told you right now is not just your story or my story, it is everybody's story. And talking of stories, let me talk to you about this one individual who did a lot of work on stories. And this person is Joseph Campbell. So you can know more about him. I have given a link about his book, A Hero with 1,000 Faces, and a documentary movie called Findingjoe in the description. So I would recommend that you read a little bit about him. So the kind of work that he did was essentially he studied the different stories of various cultures in the world, various religions, various folk tales, and he said that looking at all these stories, there is really not many stories. There may be difference in context, your story, my story, background, but he said basically there is only one story. And he called this story the hero's journey. And he said that in every hero's journey story, there are 12 components. For the sake of simplicity, we can divide them into 3 stages of the hero's journey. So what are these 3 stages of the hero's journey? And as I'm sharing them with you, you can also see for yourself how you relate to these stages. So the first stage of the hero's journey is separation, which means we all are in a comfortable state, we are in the state of status quo, and then something happens. It changes our situation, it changes our circumstances. Maybe we lose a job, maybe we go into a different relationship, we go into a different geography or location. Something happens that changes our life. Like if I were to share from my own example, me losing a job and then venturing out on my own, that was one part of the separation. The second was choosing to give up accountancy, taking up a new career related to human resources and training. That was another separation. Leaving my grandparents' house, staying on my own, that was another separation. So we all have had circumstances where we are either pushed out or we venture out on our own into areas which is totally new for us. We don't know where we are going, where we are headed, but it's a new terrain for us, uncharted waters. So that's the first stage of the hero's journey. The second stage of the hero's journey is initiation. Once we venture into uncharted waters, now we have to learn to swim, which means basically we have to overcome challenges, we have to overcome difficulties. If I were to share from my example, like when I started staying on my own, I had to learn to manage my own food, I have to manage my own household chores, which I was not used to doing earlier, or manage my own emotions. When I started my own consultancy, then I had to develop new skills. I had to sell my services. Earlier I was just an employee. So we have to undergo difficulties, challenges, and we learn and grow through these difficulties and challenges. We become more mature when we go through these difficulties and challenges, because in good times we never really learn anything as such. And the third stage of the hero's journey is of return. And what that means is essentially once you have gained skills, knowledge, maturity, wisdom, then you return back to society. The hero returns back and gives and serves and helps society with whatever gifts he's got. Now, if I were to relate that again to my experience in my own small way, I'm trying to, maybe through these videos or through my online classes, trying to communicate the things that I have learned through my own experience. And we all have certain gifts and certain talents, and which we are trying to contribute and make a difference in the world. So those are the 3 stages of the hero's journey. First, of separation from the status quo. Second is initiation, undergoing difficulties, challenges, learning and growing from them. And the third is of return and contributing back to society. So you can see for yourself which stage of the hero's journey are you in right now. Now there are 4 characteristics also of the hero's journey. So what are these 4 characteristics of the hero's journey? The first is, it is not just about an outer journey, it's also about an inner journey, because you're undertaking an inner journey where your psyche is changing, your beliefs are changing, what you think is changing, how you feel is changing. Basically, you're maturing inside. So there are 2 aspects. Your outer circumstances are changing, and also that's changing your inner world. Also, is your inner worldview is also changing. So there's an outer and an inner aspect to the hero's journey. The second thing is, now just because I'm saying it is a hero's journey, it is not restricted to only males. It's applicable both to male or females. It doesn't matter. The important thing about the hero's journey is that you must undertake a journey to find your true self, your authenticity, your true self-expression, something that is deep and meaningful for you. And then you will be taking a hero's journey. And it's not even being about becoming a president or prime minister of a country, or becoming a superstar, or climbing Mount Everest. You could be a mother and undertake a hero's journey. You could be a housewife and undertake a hero's journey. The important thing is you're trying to do something which is meaningful for you, which you're trying to do in your own, whatever your circumstances are. The third thing about the hero's journey is that it repeats in cycles. Of course, there's one element that we have a whole life journey, but also it repeats in cycles of different phases. Like once you have reached a certain status quo, then life will again throw you back into uncharted waters. There's constant separation, initiation, return. Again, the cycle will come: separation, initiation, return. So it keeps repeating again and again, and over a period of time we grow. And the fourth aspect, which I think is very important about the hero's journey, and I can share this from my own personal experience, when you follow something which is true to you, follow something which you're passionate about, something which is very deep and meaningful for you, even though you have to undertake a lonely journey, there may not be many people who will be able to understand you, but the universe supports you. The universe supports you in some form or the other. Maybe some people come into your life, maybe some situations occur, and I've seen that so many times in my life. Whenever I need some support, maybe I'm writing a book, somebody will come and help me to edit the book. Maybe I'm creating videos, somebody will support me with how to create the technology. The universe supports you. So those are the 4 aspects about the hero's journey. There's an outer inner aspect. It is open to male and females. It repeats in cycles, and the universe supports you. I'll end with a quote by Joseph Campbell. He used to say, "Follow your bliss, and the universe will open doors for you where there were only walls." Namaste. Thank you.